My name is Tom Kennelly. I was a federal prosecutor in charge of the United States Department of Justice First Strike Force against organized crime. This case is about the trial and conviction of high-ranking mafia leaders in New York and the creation of the Federal Witness Protection Program, which means that a cooperating mafia witness and his family, who previously would have been killed, can now be relocated to a safe place and given new identities. This program has dealt a crippling blow to the mafia nationwide. This case was a conspiracy by the mafia family in Buffalo to rob an armored truck in the Beverly Wilshire Hotel in Beverly Hills, California, and transport the stolen goods across state lines back to Buffalo, which was a federal crime. It was important because it was developed by a group of 7 or 8 different federal agencies working with federal prosecutors as a strike force to develop the case and also use as its major witness a member of the mafia who had agreed to testify in return for protection of him and his family and a new identity. The defendants were the head of the mafia in Buffalo and 7 or 8 of the underlings, the members of the mafia. No, prosecutors generally were not threatened in any way because they could easily be replaced by other prosecutors. It was the witnesses who were in great danger. And the code of silence, when that was broken, the contract immediately went out on any mafia member who agreed to testify or cooperate. The Magaddino mafia family in Buffalo controlled all the rackets throughout upstate New York as well into Ontario and Quebec. This witness, Patty Calabrese, as soon as the indictment came down, contract went out on him and his wife and his 3 children for $100,000. As soon as the indictment came down, and through the cooperation of the Attorney General and the Secretary of Defense, the wife and the 3 children were moved to United States Air Force Base in upstate Maine, well out of the reach of any of the mafia members. There was a lot of publicity and it was very well attended because nobody in the mafia in Buffalo had been prosecuted for anything in about 20 years. The witness was serving 20 years in prison and very unhappy. And it turned out that one of the members of our group, a sergeant in the Buffalo Police Department, had grown up with the witness on the west side of Buffalo. And our sergeant talked to him and persuaded the best thing for him to do was to testify and start a new life. This case demonstrated that by federal, state, and local agencies working together and augmented by the ability to protect witnesses and give them new identities, they could penetrate organized crime, penetrate the mafia. As a result, 18 strike forces throughout the country were established and made a tremendous impact against organized crime.